Welcome to Urban Legends, and in tonight's video, we'll be exploring a creepy ritual that is believed to have pagan origins. This is the story of the Midnight Man. The Midnight Man is a paranormal game which has gained notoriety through creepypasta narratives and online myths. The aim of the game is to conjure a mysterious and supernatural being, known as the Midnight Man, and avoid him capturing you. Those who partake in this ritual are typically in pursuit of a terrifying and exhilarating encounter, as they strive to elude the Midnight Man while shrouded in the shadows of their own home. To play the game properly, it must be just before midnight. You'll need a candle, a small piece of paper, a pen, matches, and salt. When you're ready to summon the Midnight Man, you must complete a few steps. First, write your full name on the paper. This serves as an invitation to him, symbolizing a personal connection to the Midnight Man. Once you've completed this step, prick your finger and hold it on the paper for a moment. This action is meant to further solidify the invitation, adding an element of commitment to the game. Next, place the paper in front of a door and light the candle, setting it on top of the paper. Knock on the door 22 times, with the final knock occurring exactly at midnight. You can now open the door, blow out the candle, and then close the door again. Finally, you relight the candle and now the game really begins. You must move around your house, never staying still. If the candle goes out, you have to quickly relight it. If you can't relight it for some reason, you must immediately surround yourself with a circle of salt. This circle acts as a protective barrier against the Midnight Man. You must continue to avoid him until 3:33 a.m. During this time, you may experience unexplained phenomena such as sudden temperature drops, strange noises, or the feeling of being watched. He will be inside of your house, searching for you. As long as you stay moving and keep the candle lit, you should stay safe until 3:33 a.m., when the Midnight Man leaves your home and the game ends. Players' experiences with the game differ widely, yet many recount eerily similar tales of terror, including intense hallucinations and hearing inexplicable noises. These events are commonly attributed to the Midnight Man's attempts to instill fear and confusion. A frequent and unsettling event is the sudden extinguishing of candles, which players believe are essential for their protection. This often happens multiple times, heightening the game's tension. A pervasive sense of being observed or pursued is reported, despite players being certain of their solitude, contributing to the game's psychological horror. Reports of abrupt temperature declines, resulting in a chillier and more sinister atmosphere, are often linked to the Midnight Man's supposed presence. Some players claim to catch glimpses of silhouettes or shadowy figures just out of clear sight or down long corridors, adding unexplained elements of dread and anticipation to the experience. Physical symptoms reported include accelerated heartbeat, perspiration, and shaking, driven by the intense fear and adrenaline. Those who endure until 3:33 a.m. frequently express a profound relief and pride in having evaded the Midnight Man's grasp throughout the ordeal. Although it is rare while playing the game, the Midnight Man has been known to catch people who either stayed still for too long or failed to relight their candle in time. Some of those people said that they were subjected to the most bizarre and frightening hallucinations for the remainder of the game, and were never the same afterwards, the experience leaving a lasting impression on their soul. The Midnight Man is often associated with ancient pagan rituals, but this connection is largely speculative and contributes to the game's eerie narrative. The lore implies that the ritual served as severe punishment for those who violated religious laws, summoning the Midnight Man, a demonic figure, to install fear and mete out punishment. Despite the supposed pagan roots lending mystique to the game, there's no historical evidence to back these claims. In reality, the Midnight Man stems from the creepypasta culture that rose to prominence in the early 2010s. Creepypasta denotes short horror stories on the internet designed to scare or disturb. The Midnight Man's origins are attributed to online platforms like 4chan, where users exchanged spooky stories and experiences. The supposed ancient rituals and pagan connections are likely fabrications to lend the game a sense of authenticity and add to its horror. The true birthplace of the game is the collective imagination of internet users who relish in creating and disseminating urban legends. As these tales were shared, the Midnight Man took on various forms and interpretations across different online communities. The game's appeal stems from its straightforwardness and the fundamental fear it stirs, maneuvering through the darkness of one's home, avoiding a sinister presence. The Midnight Man has become an iconic part of internet horror lore, gaining traction through adaptations in videos, articles, and short films. Engaging in the Midnight Man can be psychologically harmful. The power of suggestion and the atmosphere created during the game can induce extreme anxiety, panic attacks, and paranoia. The fear and anticipation of encountering the Midnight Man can lead to genuine distress and long-lasting psychological effects, especially for those who are more susceptible to fear and superstition. The physical environment in which the game is played can also pose real dangers. Participants often turn off all lights and rely on candles, which increases the risk of accidental fires, falls, and injuries. The disorientation caused by moving around in darkness can lead to accidents, further emphasizing that the game's main dangers come from the fear it incites and the unsafe conditions it creates. In conclusion, the Midnight Man is a myth steeped in the tradition of urban legends. While it might seem like a thrilling challenge, it is important to recognize it as fictional and understand the psychological and physical risks associated with attempting such games. Have you ever dared to play the Midnight Man? What happened? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. We'll see you next time for more urban legends.